because when we're honest with ourselves in potentially things that we could do, or you know, this whole girlfriends versus one-night stands, those things, we go into saying, I'm either going to allow myself to get in a situation where this could happen, or I'm not going to allow myself to get in a situation where that will happen. And having plans as far as I'm going to plan, because now I know that this is, we're going dry, but I also know that there's some chugging going on before, because it's dry. So this actually is more of a benefit to you, because once you go in to an event, there shouldn't necessarily be alcohol unless you're in, there shouldn't be. So you're making a choice before you go in to make a decision to take 5 shots or not to take 5 shots. And I'm not going to be the one to say this is how much you should drink and this is how much you really shouldn't drink, because usually we know. We should know our limit, and it really, you just be very, very careful. Be very, very careful, because it only takes one time to completely ruin her, grandma here. Because people will remember what you did in one situation. It doesn't matter what you did the rest of the 364 days that year. They will remember that one time that you completely lost it all. So, just, your plan is very, very important. Participating. Now, when I say have a plan, I'm not saying have a plan, because even though I look like grandma here, I actually really like to have a good time. I love it. I love parties, I love people. So I'm not saying go and be like the wet blanket of the party and hang out in the corner and don't talk to anyone. You can go and have a great time and participate in these things. And using these skills that we have talked about to practice a lot of these things. Practicing remembering people's names. Practicing introducing yourself. We've talked a lot about, in the last 2 sessions, about entering groups of people talking. Practice working a room. All of these are going to be things that you will use for the rest of your life. And the more comfortable you feel in an environment that's actually safe, where you have friends around you, if you make a mistake, it's not going to cost you your job. This is a perfect time to get your feet wet. I was in New York City all last week for work, and I went out by myself. I flew out by myself. I stayed in a condo by myself. I had to make my own schedule. Every morning I had to wake up and say, okay, I'm gonna energize myself up because I am here to represent my company and who I am, and I have to go out and meet people. I'm not just in New York City on vacation here, even though that would have been really, really nice. And every day I had meetings, and every day I had to meet new people, and I was so thankful that I have practiced these things because I was comfortable in my own skin. I was comfortable talking to people and introducing myself and remembering names. And all of those things are things that you can practice, so if and when you go out and get your dream job, you can do it exactly how you want to do it. So let's go and talk about participating in on-campus events, Friday, Saturday night. How do you participate based on who she is? How do you engage with people in your plan, taking your plan, and how do you participate with others and have a good time keeping her integrity here? So go ahead and let's jot that down.